Hi, welcome to my channel, Authentically Amber. I'm Amber, and today I want to just go over some words of advice for new Weight Watchers enrollees. I just came up with about 17 different pointers that might be helpful as you embark on this new weight loss journey, and so let's just jump right in. So number one is, I brought props. Establish your why. Why do you want to lose weight? Write it down. This is something that Weight Watchers definitely strongly suggest, and I definitely agree, because there will be days when you ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? So I definitely encourage you to write it down, because you know what that does, not only to write it down and let that be something you can refer to back to, but it also gets your head in the game, because weight loss, you know, your body will follow where your mind goes, right? So if you don't have your head in the game, you will not realize much success in this. So I encourage you just to dig down deep in the resources of your innermost being, because you will need to call upon that strength and that resolve in the coming days, depending on how great your weight loss goals are. But for me, my goal is 103 pounds when I started in December of 2018, and to date I've lost 39 pounds, so I have 64 more pounds to go. So I have definitely had to do a lot of reflection, and just why do I want to do this? Why do I want to continue to do this? And for me, it's all about health and wellness, because if you invest in yourself and your health today, then you won't have to needlessly pay for illnesses tomorrow. So definitely encourage you to dig down deep in your resolve. And also I encourage you to track everything. I heard somebody say the other day, if I bite it, I write it. That is good. Just be honest with yourself on this journey, because you know, if we kind of deceive ourselves, we're not serving any purpose but defeat. And that's not our goal here. Our goal is weight loss success, right? So definitely encourage you, establish your why, track everything, and draw up a weight loss chart. This is a chart that I made up. I started at 248 pounds. From there, I just went ahead and wrote out 5-pound increments. So beginning at 245 and on down. My goal is 145. So far, I don't know if you can see this, but I have been able to cross off almost 2 rows of this. So that is exciting. And why do I do this? I am a visual person. I highly encourage you to draw up a chart, because this will help you to see your short-term successes, which will be key because it's those short-term successes that buoy your spirit and help you to continue and to the finish line, right? So I am, so far right now I'm 209, so I was able to cross off that last box, 210. I will be really happy to cross off that 205. As you know, if you watch some of my other videos, my short-term goal is 199. So what a joy it will be to cross off that 200 box. So, and you know, with every box that I'm able to cross off, and for you as well, you will see that you are slowly, incrementally getting closer and closer to that finish line. And of course, it's not over then, right? It's maintenance. But this will definitely help you. It will encourage you along the way to see your successes. So definitely encourage you to draw up a chart. It will help you to see your progress along the way. The other thing along those lines is get out the measuring tape. I know you have a scale. I know you weigh yourself, but measure yourself, because on days that the scale has not moved much, I am definitely encouraged when I go ahead and maybe once a month measure myself, or once every couple months. And then you can see your progress in tangible measurements. So I definitely encourage you to get out the measuring tape. The other thing is journaling. I keep a weight loss journal. And it was really interesting the other night. I was looking back on an entry that I made a couple months ago, and how I was so excited to reach, let's see, I'm at 209 now. I think I was at about 220. And I was so excited to reach 220, and it's just kind of almost amusing to me now, because I'm like, oh wow, I was so excited at 220, I'm even more excited at 209. So it just helps you to see your progress, log your struggles, your joys, your victories, log it all, because it'll save you on the days when you have challenges, but also it will help you to stay on the straight and narrow, and then just be something to reflect back on once you do reach your goal and say, wow, I did it. So journaling, I believe, is really key. The other thing is meal planning. This has been a struggle for me, guys, planning, but planning is really key to weight loss. I printed out in just a Word document my meal plans, and I'm building on this steadily with every week. So on the weekend, I go ahead and plan out my meals for the coming week, which, like I said, this is a challenge for me because I haven't been a good planner in the past, not as far as really sticking with it. So here I have, on the first sheet, I have 4 weeks worth of dinners, and then the second page I have 2 more weeks. So I have a total of 6 weeks worth of dinners, and we like to mix it up a little bit like everybody else, but I am building on this. So on weeks that I might be like, I have no idea what we want to have for the coming week, at least I can look back and see, all right, well, this might give me an idea. Also, I have a couple of Weight Watcher cookbooks that I use, but really you can lighten, make it lower in fat, calories, almost any recipe. There are substitutions for just about anything out there, so Google it, but planning is key. They say failure to plan is planning to fail. It is true. So definitely encourage you. And along the food vein, I would encourage you also, if you're going to be out and about running errands or gone for an extended period throughout the day, definitely pack snacks, because then you will not be tempted to go through that drive-through and order a bacon double cheeseburger or whatever. Definitely come prepared. You have to arm yourself in this battle, right? So I have started carrying, a bag of blueberries, a bag of my Triscuit Thin Crisp crackers, maybe a mozzarella cheese, light cheese stick, and then my can of LaCroix, my trusty LaCroix. And so if I do go to, say, Chick-fil-A and order the grilled chicken nuggets, which are 0 points, and if I have mustard on them, 0 points, I might ask for a large cup of ice, and then I can pour my LaCroix over it. So it's just a nice treat if I'm out and about. Of course, I can also get the grilled chicken sandwich. That's 6 points, if I want to consume that many points. For me, I kind of like to minimize my breakfast and lunch points and enjoy a good dinner. So that's just how I like to do it. But definitely meal plan, snack plan. And also, just have on hand your snacks. Maybe have a section in your pantry. This is my section. These are acceptable point-wise snacks that I have on hand. So don't let yourself, come to a place where you're like, well, I don't have anything that's on my point, menu available. Always prepare yourself. So you want to plan for success, right? So definitely encourage you. And then also, just so much of this is mindset, honestly. Food, yeah, that's a big component of weight loss, of course. But you have to realize in your mind and really process this, that this is not a crash diet. This is going to become the new you, your new life. This is permanent, because if this is not a permanent way of eating for you, lean meats, fish, fruits, vegetables, of course you can have starches too, but in moderation. If this does not become a habit, something you continue, guess what's going to happen at the end of realizing your goal? You're going to lose it. You're going to gain it all back, rather. And you don't want to do that. You've worked so hard. I know for me, to date, I've lost, like I said, 39 pounds. I don't want to erase that progress. It's been a challenge to get to where I am now, let alone when I reach my goal of losing 103 pounds. That is huge, right? So no matter what your weight loss goals are, maybe it's 20 pounds, maybe it's 50, whatever it is, you don't want your hard work to be in vain. So this is something that you're going to have to just really process mentally and really reinforce daily, that this is my new life. I want to live a long life. I want to be there for my grandkids, my great grandkids. I want to be there with my spouse or my friends, my kids. So this is a decision. This is a decision, because honestly, if you do not make this decision long term to stick it out with a healthy lifestyle, you are subjecting yourself to countless diseases. High blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, all of these things needlessly. So it's the better choice to invest in your health and your wellness now, and there is something you can do about it. So I would definitely encourage you to really examine your new journey, why you want to do it, and the tools that you're going to need to really stick with it. So yeah, just invest in your health and your wellness. And part of this journey is learning to love yourself, honestly, and I think this is probably an area that everyone could improve upon. Just really loving yourself for the creation of God that you are. You know, our physical bodies, they're a masterpiece. It's amazing. There's no other creation like us. And that's not to put us on a big ego trip, but we're pretty amazing. We are made in the image and likeness of God. And because of that, you know, we need to learn to love ourselves, not just for selfish reasons, but also so we can love those around us, right? So if we don't love ourselves, it's really hard to love others. So I encourage you to be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace during this journey. There will be times when you will mess up. We are all human. The key is, and I heard this in one of my Weight Watchers meetings, say you mess up. You eat a Little Debbie, a donut, whatever, that's just totally point-wise, just off the charts. Don't wait until the next day to begin again. Every moment is a time to start again. Just dust yourself off and just get up and say, you know what, I blew it, own it, and move on. Because this is the human condition. And this is the difference between something being a crash diet. Say, oh, well, I might as well just eat the whole pack of donuts now, I blew it. No, because this is not a diet, this is a lifestyle. Like I said, this is the new you. So, as such, we have to find ways to make this something that we can deal with over the rest of our lives. So just dust yourself off, give yourself grace. You deserve it, and you'll do better the next time. But also I encourage you to really take advantage of the Weight Watchers website, the app. They post excellent articles that will help you and to really reinforce your decision to invest in your wellness. Also, I really enjoy Audible books. And one book that I have read, listened to, that really was transformational for me. It is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I highly, highly recommend it. I am the type of person that I don't really like to read a book twice. I don't like to watch a movie twice. I already know what's going to happen. It's boring. However, I will say that Atomic Habits is one of those books that I will be rereading because it just had so many powerful nuggets about how small habits, atomic habits being itty bitty, small habits can yield tremendous results. So I definitely recommend that. But also, I really encourage you to be a reader. And if reading isn't your thing, like I said, the audiobooks are awesome. You can listen to those while you do something else. But when we are expanding our realm of knowledge, which we all need to be doing on a daily basis, we are growing. So I encourage you to never stop growing. We're never too old. And I always tell my kids, you should be learning something new. You should be growing every day. You don't stop when you graduate from high school or college, etc. We're not meant to just sit and be stagnant. So I encourage you to challenge yourself mentally. Challenge yourself, just personally, to grow and to develop into the best you that you can be. And one of those ways is to be at your optimum weight loss so you can be at your optimum health. So definitely encourage you in that regard. We talked about give yourself grace, getting back up. Self-care is definitely key throughout this process. Just be good to yourself. One discipline begets another, and this is something I'm really tuning into. When we are disciplined, say in the habit of making your bed, make your bed every day, right? One discipline definitely kind of spills over into other areas. And so I would encourage you in other areas aside from weight loss, try to really focus on your self-discipline. You'll be surprised at how that does trickle down into other areas. And that can definitely help you to cultivate new habits and help you in your weight loss journey. I wanted to mention just lastly that change is hard. Change is hard, and the older we are, it becomes more challenging sometimes. However, change is not impossible. Not impossible. So if you are living and breathing, because breathing is key to living, you are not without hope. There is hope, and you can do it. With the proper resources and internal fortitude, discipline, commitment, there is nothing that you can't achieve. You can totally do this. So I encourage you to surround yourself with like-minded people. If you're only doing Weight Watchers in the digital form, definitely take advantage of the resources, the articles, do your own research. Surround yourself with people that will reinforce your weight loss goals. And like I said, just document everything, journal, measure yourself, make up a chart, all of these tools. If you surround yourself with these tools, these reinforcements, establish your why, you will realize success. I guarantee it. So that's all for today. I hope that you've gotten something out of this little chat. And let me know in the comments below if you're on a weight loss journey and what has helped you. And I'll talk to you later. Please subscribe if you haven't done it already. And I'll talk to you next time. Thanks, and God bless.